Welcome to Black and Blue Garage. I just finished making this battery mount, and you probably watched that video last week. If you didn't, go to my channel and look up the last video that I did, because I made a custom battery mount to hold a battery, and you could use this in any vehicle. Any vehicle has something to weld to anyway. Today, I need a way to mount the wire that goes to this and attach all of these electronics. But I can't really mount them to anything until I finish the cage, at least on this side. And so today I'm going to add some tubes to this roll cage. I think I have a plan on how exactly I need to do that, because it looks really cool in my head, and I'm hoping that by the time I get some stuff tacked onto this machine, it'll look as cool as that. I'd like it to come out kind of like that. And that's fine, I can still do that. It doesn't have to be in line with all this mess. I don't want my arms to fly out, but I want to be able to rest my arm on the side of the tube, just like this. So, if I start like right about the middle, I don't want it too tall. I don't want it too tall that that's difficult to get in and out either. However, it needs to be tall enough to get over the carburetor and all that, because it's going to be in line with the tubes that I add to the front later. Yep, just like that. That's going to have a bend in it. Take my giant protractor here. That's 30 degrees. Nice, even 30-degree angle. The reason I need it to be bent out like that, for one, is that it looks cool. Two, it's going to be easier to get in and out. And three, adds to the structure of the cage. And four, gives me some places to mount some cool stuff on the other side, which we'll see later. There's going to be something to stand on here, probably some sliders. Step over that tube, and because I built this so tall, it'll be easy to get in and out like that. Down into the seat, not too bad to get in and out. With that bent out, that gives me lots of room with my arms, and it also protect my arm if I'm getting into some rocks and stuff. So that is the actual 100% not perfect height for that tube. So I can continue those tubes to go to the front of the engine and down, so I can protect the engine and the radiator, etc. And then where this bend is, I can support it to the slider or the frame or whatever. I thought about doing a door on this, which technically I could, but I mean, it's going to be more trouble than it's worth, and having a solid tube there is going to be strong. To make it easier to get in and out of this thing, this steering wheel is removable, and I'll be able to hang it on something to get in and out. But obviously, as I just demonstrated, you can do that without doing all that. Okay, just made these two tubes, bent them at 30 degrees. They're about 50 inches long. And now I gotta trim and coat them to fit on here. Oh yes. I just tacked this on. I think it looks really good. Gives it kind of like that go-kart mixed with razor. All right. Here's a view of that tube from kind of the front. Of course, it'll look better when it's painted. But man, oh man, as long as you don't put your arms on the outside, that's going to protect the arms and the elbows and my shoulders. I like that. That's good. And then I'm going to have a nice little surface right here that I could put 1 gauge, voltmeter gauge switches. And we can check to see if this is level. It is not. like 1 degree off. There we go, car. I gotta get this stuff done because I gotta go inside in a little bit and edit the video you saw 3 weeks ago. Hopefully that battery's just dead. Otherwise, I just killed this. Drill works, that's a relief. Da, 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 da. This is like the perfect height. The whole point of doing this today without finishing up all this wiring harness is because I need to make a panel, and having this bar here is going to give me some extra space to mount it to. A couple different things that I could do here. I could just make a panel that comes out, has a fold in it, comes down into here. I also have some ammo cans that I could just kind of put right there and then put some gauges and stuff in it. The way to go about that is cut these zip ties off, let everything else hang down, and then go ahead and stick some foam board or something to make just a template, and then draw on it to where this and this part and some gauges can go on it. See if that's actually going to give me enough space. Okay, okay. Yep, that'll work. Here's 2-inch gauge right here, my 6.5-inch panel. Got this little volt gauge, just a little cheapie. That'll fit right there. Power ground right to that thing. Got a panel that's big enough. Now I just need to make this out of metal. I'd like to try a method of folding this where I just score a line and then fold into the line. I'm hoping that'll leave me a nice straight fold on it, because I don't have one of those press brakes. Yeah, see? A nice fold right there, and that should allow me to kind of wrap around that. Wow, this drill bits suck. That drill bit bent. I need to find some better quarter drill bits. Water temperature gauge, electric gauge, and push to start switch. I am going to go ahead and weld this without test fitting the switch, because I could always just open this hole up, and I'm going to drill holes to mount it afterward anyway. Wish me luck. That is spectacular. I am going to shoot some paint on that while it's doing that. Technically a dashboard. Now as soon as that cools, I'm going to put the electronics in this miniature dashboard. However, I do want to put some washers or something on the bottom of this, so I have something to zip tie my battery cable to. 3/4 inch washers. Chopping them in half and kind of just tack welding them along the bottom of here. And then possibly down this tube as well, because the harness is all going to be on these two bars right here. I do have some zip tie pieces that I bought from bleepingcheap.com that are way better than this, but for right now, because this is such a cheap build, I'm just going to cut some washers in half. Check this out. I've got a voltage gauge that shows the correct voltage. Currently 12.5 volts. I got a water temperature gauge, which reads 0 because there's no water in it. I've got my choke hooked up right here. Ignition, this ignition switch here doesn't activate the starter, but it does activate the coil and distributor, and then it starts. Most importantly, it stops, and I can turn off the power for the entire thing.